Alright lads, CFC vlog here and welcome to yet another CFC match review. This review is going to be of the game against Reading on Tuesday. I went to that game, it was away at Reading, midweek game, under the lights, you know. And it was, for the majority, extremely poor. First I'll talk about the lineup that Chris Powell played, because I have a slight issue with this. This is the issue I had. He played a Cedric Avina as a left midfielder. The issue I had with this, I didn't have an issue with it at the beginning, I'm not going to lie. I thought, yeah, could work, a bit of pace down the wings. But he generally played as a left back for almost the whole game. He was generally playing at left back, just like we had two left backs with Royce Wiggins and Cedric Avina. That irritated me quite a lot. Other than that, the starting lineup was fairly good as we're going to get, but he's still not playing as good as we have. After Danny Green's performance coming off the bench on the weekend, I don't see why he wasn't played. But early on, we were getting dominated from the offset, really. Quite early on, we had a penalty shout, which was a stonewall penalty. I mean, I don't know how that wasn't given. You know, I might leave a link in the description below of the penalty call. In my opinion, it was a absolute stonewall penalty. Simon Church was running through, quite a nice ball from Coleman. We went slightly over here, but it's quite a nice ball. Simon Church got to the ball ahead of, I don't even know who it was who was marking him, but got ahead of the defender. And the defender stuck a leg out and tripped him up, and it was just such a penalty. I don't know how it was really. But for the rest of the game, up until about the 70th minute, we just got absolutely dominated. Honestly, it was very, very, very poor. You know, we gave the ball away constantly. Dale Stephens having one of the games where he's not good at all. You know, one of his bad games. Because Dale Stephens, I like him. He's a quality player, but he's just so inconsistent. He just really is. Last season he had a terrible season, a really bad season after the interest from Aston Villa. The start of this season, majority has been really good, but over the last year it's been like good game, bad game, good game, bad game, good bad game. You know, he had a really good game against Doncaster. He had a terrible game against QPR. He had a alright game against Ipswich. I didn't notice him too much. I mean, no one really had a good game against Ipswich, to be honest. You know, it's just all against Reading. He was shot. He was running the ball away, and no one closed down Billy Sharp. They gave Billy Sharp all the time in the world for him to pick up the bottom corner. All the time in the world. Honestly, he couldn't have had more time. He just had it. He ran to about the edge of the box. All this him. He just took a shot, and Billy Sharp is the kind of player you can't give him that much space because he will score goals. He's a really good player, Billy Sharp. And he will score goals if given the opportunity. And we gave him too much of an opportunity. And then, as I said, for almost the whole game, we were just very, very poor, incredibly poor. You know, we didn't look like scoring at any point, apart from Simon Church just before half time. He was played through. He was at a bit of a tight angle. He got shot away. It was on target, but you know, it was a very tight angle. Could he have dinked it or something? It takes a lot of confidence to like dink the goalkeeper. Maybe even put a bit more power into it and hope the goalkeeper fumbled it. But he tried to place the shot, and from that angle, you're never really going to place it. So, fortunate. Second half just started off exactly the same, giving the ball away, not really looking dangerous at all. Until we made a very drastic change. Powell made a very brave change. He took off. He made subs. It's really brave. First one he took off. Just look at my Xbox one to see what the notification was. But anyway, first one he took off Simon Church and put on Sordell. And again, I've said this before. I don't understand when you're 1-0 down. doing a like-for-like change like that, why not take off a midfielder and put on an extra striker? You know, that's just how I feel. I don't see a point. Simon Church's been our only threat up until that point as well, so it was a bit weird. I would have thought maybe put on another striker, but you know, he obviously felt he didn't want to go all out, just wanted to put on another option almost. And he also took off Dale Stephens and put on Johnny Jackson, and took off Cedric Avina and put on Danny Green. Now, Danny Green and Swordell, as much as I don't like Swordell, really good game. He really did. He really made a difference. He held up the ball well. He made good runs. He actually scored a goal that was disallowed. I think it was offside in the end. Really, I couldn't really see from where I was, but it looked offside to me. And Green was just really good again. I mean, his crosses were perfect. He had a few good corners, and that's what we were lacking earlier on in the match, was someone, because we got down the wings, the crossing was poor, really poor, and it was just we're just really unfortunate. But what we're doing is not good enough at the moment, and let's be honest, we haven't really got a championship quality. We've got near enough the same team as we won League One with a couple of years ago, so that's worrying. And you know, we've got these takeover talks coming up, and apparently we're in advanced talks. But you know, I've been hearing that for the last 5 years, that we're in advanced takeover talks. So it's happened multiple times. If it does happen, then hopefully this guy, because this guy is absolutely minted. He's like in the top 300 richest people in the world, so he is really minted, and he should. But it just depends whether he decides he's going to invest the money he obviously has into the club. I kind of hope he does. He already has 2 sports clubs in America. He has an ice hockey team and a basketball team, I believe. So hopefully it will go through, and hopefully it will go well. But it just depends. In terms of Saturday, I hope Danny Green gets a start for sure. Maybe even give Swordell a start. I don't know who would take off out of Kermit and Church, or maybe even play 3 up front, be a bit positive. I mean, I'm no offense to Yeovil, but they're not the strongest team in the world. And we need to be winning this game against Yeovil. We really need to be. This is one of the games. I mean, these are against a fellow relegation struggler, so you need to be winning the games against the people that are going to be down there with you at the end of the season. And hopefully we'll get the investment in the January will come quick, and we'll get a few signings in. You know, get a goal scorer in. To be honest, as much as I like Church and I like Kurgan and I like Swordell at all, as much as they can be good players, they haven't been scoring goals like a striker should. You know, I think our top goal scorers is Church on like 3 or 4. So I guess that's individual, guys. Please leave a like, please comment, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.